Hey, MacDowin here. Today we are taking a look at the Gungoose quad with Spartan Celox figure from Jazwares Halo Infinite World of Halo Scale series. That's a mouthful to say. Anyway, I found this at Target for $19.99. Now, I really like how they've changed these boxes and they don't have the window here anymore. Instead, they've got this art. I'm a huge sucker for some good box art, and I think this box art looks really cool. They've got the window here for the action figure, so you can at least see the figure. Anyway, let's take a look at the back of the box to see what is coming in Series 3. On the left, we have the 6 individual figures for Series 3. In the middle, we have the Hero and Villain 2-packs. On the right, we have the figure and vehicle playsets. Hey, we recognize this one. Kinda. This is what we're opening today. And for those who want to see the barcode, here it is. It's time to get this set open. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and please subscribe so you'll be notified of future videos. I couldn't find much info about the Spartan Celox except that maybe it's a name change from a previous Spartan. Maybe? You all let me know what you know in the comments below. Anyway, the Gungoose is the Mongoose, but with guns. Gungoose. Anyway, either way, I really like this vehicle because I really like the Mongoose as well, and we'll get more into a little bit detail in a moment. This figure stands about 4.5 inches tall, maybe slightly below that, but it's pretty close. He comes with one accessory, the battle rifle. He's essentially a repaint of this figure right here that we got in Wave 1, except for there are different heads. This guy's got some armor up here on his chest and his midsection, and a knife on his left thigh. I think that's the only differences. Otherwise, it's all the same figure. But I like these colors. Anyway, let's take a look here at the figure. So this figure has about 27 or so points of articulation. And yeah, I think he looks really good in these colors. Head rotates, whoa. Head rotates back and forth, looks up and down, far better than back and forth. I suppose this is better because then the head doesn't twist off like some of the Wave 1 figures, but so it's kind of tight there. The arms rotate all the way around. You can raise his arms up that high. The shoulder armor has a bit of hindrance because of that. The range of motion has a little hindrance because of that pad there. He has a pin at the elbow for rotation and hinge, and his hand can rotate, or his wrist can rotate and hinge back and forth. This figure has another big hindrance, and that is the torso doesn't really move all that well, at least not on mine. And that's because of this new little piece of armor around the midsection. And the funny thing is, his waist moves better than his torso area, which is the reason I say it's funny is because typically these Halo figures' waists don't really move because of the oval shape as opposed to the round shape. So his waist moves really well. If you hold on to this midsection, you can get a little bit of movement, but not really. It doesn't move back and forth, so that torso cut is actually kind of pointless there. I had to take a peek at the white guy real quick. If you want him to do the splits, well, his right side will go up that far. His left side's not going to go up anywhere, really, except for there. The reason is, look at this knife here. They've put this knife sheath and handle right there, so when you move the leg up, look at that. It's bending the knife. This would have been one of those really great times to have, I guess, broken out of the mold and made this a removable knife or something. Yeah, I don't know why sometimes they mold things like that in and have them stick out. But that's something that's going to be a problem as you're positioning and getting ready to display these figures. Probably it's a limitation on display because you could just take the knife out and move his leg if you wanted to. Anyway, there are thigh rotations right here where the armor meets the leg, double pin at the knee, and finally a rotation and hinge at the ankle, foot ankle, whatever. On the back, he's got the hole. This is where the gun pegs in. Be careful, as I've mentioned in the past, these are really rubbery, and the pegs are really rubbery too. When I initially was going to put this peg on, it kind of went sideways. So just make sure you've got your finger there and you're gently pushing it in, and it'll peg on quite nicely. Let's try this out in his hand. So the hands are a little tight with their harder plastic, so you want to be careful when you put the gun in the hand that you're not bending it up. As you can see, mine's already just slightly bent, just a little bit. But that's kind of what we're expecting now from these Halo weapons. So his arm will only go up about that far, so not quite 90 degrees, so you'll have to bring his arm out a little bit. But yeah, pretty good. I like the figure. I like the colors. The figures are so much better than they were in Wave 1. Heads are staying on, arms are staying on. So yeah, I think they've really gotten into their groove, so to speak. And I really like the look of this figure. I think he looks really good. I think it's a he. But anyway, yeah, I like this figure. I like it a lot. Let's take a look at the Gungoose. We'll set him off to the side. So here is the Gungoose. And for a quick comparison, here is the Mongoose. I wasn't quite, I guess, ready after all for that. But as you can tell, the big main difference is that Gungoose has these guns and the Mongoose doesn't have these guns. I'll kind of show you their sideways a little bit. Otherwise, they are the same vehicle. The same vehicle, which is completely and totally fine. There's some slight different colorations on the Gungoose than the Mongoose. For example, there was more of a gray, more of a gray on these black areas. It was there was a lot of silver brushing. I was kind of glancing at. There's more black and less silver brushing all through these black parts. It's more of a dark silver brushing, if you will. The back wheels do go down like so, up and down. That's about the only thing that moves on here. The handlebars don't move. The guns don't move. Nothing else really moves on this thing. You've got these cool pegs back here, so someone can sit here and peg on there, like that. So we can put this guy on here, and I'm gonna do it very improper, just so you know. And get one guy there and bend this guy's legs and let him sit there. I'm saying he sits this way just because the pegs match the feet if you want to peg them on. That way this guy can be driving and shooting forward, and then this guy can be riding and shooting backwards. Like, that's what happens when I try to mess around live. Not live, but anyway. But yeah, that's how this could work. We'll get this guy off there. It's a cool set, though. So yeah, this is a really cool addition, and I think the guns just add a little bit here to it. So I really like this. I really like the Mongoose. I think these are worthwhile vehicles to get. You know, if you want to, can you say army build a vehicle? I don't know. It's 20 bucks. You know, if you didn't like the Mongoose or you missed the Mongoose, well, get the Gungoose. You know, it's your opportunity to get this thing again. I have to admit, in some of my stores, the Mongoose sold out pretty quick, and then I never saw it again. And so I'm actually happy to be able to get something that's slightly different but slightly the same. It's a small vehicle, and it rolls really well. I think it rolls really, really pretty good. So let's stand this guy up next to his vehicle. Yeah, something like that. Look up. There you go. Get you off to the side. All right, so my overall thought is I think this is another winning set in the Jazwares World of Halo Scale series. The vehicle is a winner, and the Spartan, you know, it's another Spartan figure. We all love these Spartan figures, all these different configurations and the releases from the games. As I've mentioned, I haven't played the games completely all the way through, but I still like the design and I still like the look of all this stuff. So yeah, you know, it's another Spartan figure. So we've got one more to add to our ever-growing ranks of Spartans, and more are coming. Anyway, now it's your turn. What do you think about this figure and this vehicle? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and on your way out, check out my review of the Banished Ghost in the lower left corner. Thank you for stopping by and watching. Please like this video and share it everywhere. It really helps the channel. I will see you in the next video.